Hello, welcome to my channel, A Book Forest. My name is Kim and today I'm gonna be doing the dragon book tag. I was tagged by Kim at Noises of Books, I think over the summer, so it's been a while. I'm only getting around to it now, but yeah, I really wanted to do this tag. It's very interesting. I think it was created by Cobalt Dragon, so I'll link that down below. So the first question is, The Hobbit, Smaug loved gold and shiny things. What book or series did you enjoy that features gold, shiny items, or a shiny cover? I didn't really, aside from The Hobbit, I couldn't think of one that I've read. So I took one that I have not read yet, but has a very shiny cover. It's called Once a Monster by Robert Dinsdale. So it's the shiniest book I own at this point. I think it's about a minotaur, kind of a man showing up in London. So I'm not sure what it's about. I just bought it because I love the cover, so it seemed interesting. So I have no idea what it's about. So question 2, Dancing with Dragons. Dragons and cats go together. Do you have cats? So no, I don't have cats. I'm kind of a bit allergic to cats. I'm more of a dog person, but dogs are high maintenance, so I don't have a dog either. I used to have hamsters. Right now I have young kids and I'm like, that's all I need right now. I don't need animals to take care of as well. Maybe one day I'll have a cat, but I'm not sure. My kid loves cats, so that if I do get a cat, it's just gonna be because of him, but right now it's a no-go. A favorite book or series that features cats. Okay, so the last book I read that had cats in it is Castle in the Air by Diana Wynne Jones. It has magical cats, very interesting characters in there. And also, if you want to have nice scenes with cats and coziness, you can't go wrong with Lucy Montgomery, Ellen Montgomery, who is the author of Anne of Green Gables, most famously. This is another book of hers. It's a standalone. It's called Jane of Lantern Hill, and it's one of my favorites. And it has 2 cats in there named Peter 1 and Peter 2. But the cats in Ellen Montgomery's books are never main characters. They're just always in the background, in the coziness of the books. I think she loved cats, and she just has them all around in her stories all the time. They're essential. So question 3, Dragonology. What crafts or hobbies do you enjoy? Do you have books about crafts and hobbies? My only hobby at the moment is reading and booktubing. And that's all I have time for, really. I do enjoy cooking, but you know, when you have family to feed, sometimes it gets old really fast, like every night having to make dinner. So I don't really cook for enjoyment these days. I'm trying to do it better with my kids so that he learns how to cook, but sometimes it's just like I want to get dinner on the table. But when I do have time, I enjoy cooking. Otherwise, I don't garden because I'm not good at it, and I enjoy the finished result of the labor, but I don't enjoy the actual gardening. But I enjoy being in nature, so my only other hobby I would say is walking. I like hiking, I like walking. So I brought this book here. It's The Joy of Walking. It's all edited by Susie Cripps, so it's a lot of quotes from different books about walking. Like you have mostly classics, so you have Pride and Prejudice, you have a lot of nice Middlemarch by George Eliot. So yeah, and whenever I feel like it, I can just read a little quote from a book, and it's a nice little book, very, very good quality. So yeah, so those are my hobbies at the moment. When I have more time, maybe I'll start doing some more, but for now it's enough. Prompt number 4, Dragon Art. Do you have a favorite artist? Books featuring artists. So answers can be about any type of artist, musicians, authors, painters. I'll start with an author that loves to write about artists, Guy Gabriel Kay. I've been reading a lot of him this year. This is a very good example, Sailing to Sarantium. It's a duology, and he has a mosaicist in there, but everything he talks about in this book is art. Like, he has cooks, he has chariot racers, he has dancers, mosaicists. They're all artists in their own way, and he wants to talk about art from every angle he possibly can. In other books he has singers, troubadours, poets, you name it. So a photographer. So yeah, if you want to read a writer that appreciates art and writes about it in his books, he's one of them. Other than that, like, I do like art. Mostly not necessarily contemporary, but the books I have my favorite books that I have about art, I have one on a Waterhouse, John William Waterhouse. He's a pre-Raphaelite of the last wave of pre-Raphaelites, but he's my favorite. Of course you have Rossetti, Millet, but I think Waterhouse is my favorite. This is a book about an exhibit that was done a few years ago, like about 10-15 years ago, and it went to the Museum of Fine Arts in Montreal, and I went and I loved it so much. Like, everything was a bit gothic, like the walls were kind of black and the lights were dimmed, and it was beautiful. And there's like Andrew Lloyd Webber, who is a musician, he collects a lot of those artists, so he lent some of his collection to the museum for that. So yeah, one of my I'll show you, like, you have a very nice rooms, but yeah, this one here, beautiful. So the pre-Raphaelites were, instead of taking inspiration from the Renaissance like artists before them, they went back to the pre-Raphaelites, so before Raphael, so like the medieval artists. So this is Millet, like famous Ophelia. It's very creepy. It was there, I saw it. It was amazing. Here you have a witch. Sorry, not the right way. A witch with a cauldron. It's amazing. I really love those types of course, like, if for a fantasy lover, very surprising. Yeah. So another Ophelia, right there. So a very medieval. So yeah, Waterhouse is one of my favorite artists. Then you have my favorite art critic, I would call her, is Sister Wendy Beckett. So she did this book, like, it's in French, but it's on a lot of paintings. Like, it's a history of painting. So you have from the medieval paintings, the antiquity, to all the modern 1950s, I would say. So yeah, like Renoir here. Sorry, Renoir. So yeah, Wendy Beckett is a nun. She was a nun, and she's lovely. I would recommend you go see videos of her online. She was talking about art, and she's so cute. I love her to bits. And yeah, she's really well. She has a lot of knowledge. And then you have my favorite museums, I would say. My favorite museums of arts, my favorite is Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston, the USA. It's such an amazing museum. If you can go and you're in the area, you owe it to yourself to visit that. It's not like a regular museum of art with everything on the walls. She was a collector, so she actually had the building. It's next to the White Sox Stadium. So she had the building built to her exact measurements, or exact, like, everything had to be as she wanted it. She's kind of a Renaissance type of building, Italy, and everything inside that she bought was bought for that building. Everything has its place, and nothing can be moved. like there was a famous heist in that in that museum in the 90s. Like some paintings, very valuable paintings like Vermeer, for example, was stolen, and they can't be replaced. So there's just an empty space there, because she absolutely did not want anything to be moved. So yeah, that's at Fenway, I think it's called. So that's the museum, and the inside, like it's full of flowers, and you know, it looks like a Renaissance villa. Very beautiful, and she has like pieces of fabric, all the tiles, the tiling. It was all brought from Europe, or mostly Europe, and it was all collected especially to go in there to fit a space. So amazing story. So this is a biography for her, and that's a painting of her by John Singer Sargent. And she was an amazing person, interesting, like very rich, and she did something with her money that still lasts today, which is cool. And she had a tragedy, like she lost a child, and there's like a little chapel for her child at the ground level. It's really very moving. So that's my favorite museum. And in Europe, I visited the Prado in Spain, Madrid, and there was an exhibit of Goya. I'm not a super fan of the Goya paintings, like the regular ones. They're kind of, not my thing. But the Pintura Negra is pretty disturbing. So if you like horror, if you like to be a bit shocked and uncomfortable, you can go visit that exhibit in the Prado. So yeah, it's like the black paintings because it's so dark. Like that's one of the good examples. Like when you're in the presence, it's all dark and gloomy and dreary, and you have all these paintings that are so depressing and disturbing. I don't know, it was very interesting. I wouldn't say it's like uplifting, but interesting. So enough about art, I'm sorry, got carried away. Question number 6, oh no, 5. How to live with dragons. Do you cover by, and what are your favorite colors, and what book or series did you enjoy that features dragons? Okay. Yes, I do cover by. I'm absolutely superficial in that way. For example, I did buy this book just because of the cover by Sarah Bedford, The Spell Shop. I think it's kind of a cute little romance or fantasy romance, but it's kind of cute, and I love this type of paintings. It's sweet. Reminds me of a Studio Ghibli movie or something. My favorite color is green. Absolutely. There's no contest. So 2 of my favorite green covers. You have Kingdoms of Death by Christopher Rocchio. I haven't read it, but I love it. It's dark green, which, yeah, it's great. I have no idea what those things are, but it's great. I love it. And then this one, Stormbringer by Michael Moorcock. I think it's a bind-up of a few stories from the Elric saga. It's volume 2. And that's a Michael Whelan painting, if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, it's very green and I love it. And a book featuring dragons. I really enjoyed I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons by Peter S. Beagle last year. It has a lot of different types of dragon in it, like dragons in it. Some are like pests in your house, like rats or cockroaches, and some are like little dogs. Some are absolutely terrifying and mythical. Yeah, so there's loads of different types of dragons in that book, so if you enjoy that, I recommend it. It's kind of fairy tale-esque. It's very well written, so very, very nice. Question 6, Star Magic. Do you have a favorite constellation, a favorite astronomy book? My favorite constellation is Orion, the Archer, just because I love the shape of it, and also I can recognize it when I see it in the sky, which is Not all constellations are obvious to me, but that one is super easy to see, so that's my favorite, and I love the name Orion. Favorite astronomy book? Not really. My astronomy interests are just, I watch TV, like TV shows about astronomy, like anything that's a bit scientific. So reading, like I feel like when you read a book on astronomy, it's already past due. Like it's already overrated because everything is evolving so much at the moment. But if I have one on the Kindle I haven't read yet, it's called The God Equation by Michio Kaku. I like this guy. I see him a lot on the astronomy TV shows, and he's so sweet and nice and enthusiastic, so I bought his book. It says The Quest for a Theory of Everything, so I think it's the quest that all astronomers aspire to, really. I have no idea if it's still relevant today or not, but I bought it just because I like him. I'm not sure I'll ever read. Let me know if you've read it, if it's interesting. And then question 7, Chinese horoscope. Book about astrology or astronomy. Book or series that features the movement of stars and planets. I'm not into astrology per se. I just never got into it. Astronomy, as I said, I don't have that many books about it. But a book that features like sci-fi, obviously, a book about planets. So I would say one that is very interesting is House of Suns by Alistair Reynolds. It's a standalone, and it spans over like 6 million years, the story in this, and it's about clones of people, like clones and the traveling space in spaceships to gather information, and then all the clones of the same person, like there's like 100 clones of the same person, and they all gather together and they just tell each other all the information they gathered. So, and there's a mystery about some stars disappearing in this book, so very intriguing and interesting. So yeah, it's really very nice. I enjoyed it. Alright, so question 8, tag others and remember to tag others. So that's always the part where I have no idea who I should tag, who has been tagged, who doesn't like to do tags, I don't know. So I don't know. I'm gonna tag Jenny Jables. That sounds like a subject she would enjoy. She loves art. She's a great artist. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, see you next time.